Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. We're going to make the Shimmer and Shine cake. Alright, I made the cake. I don't remember what kind it was, but I made it. It's covered in fondant. It was blue and pink that I just swirled together and rolled out, covered the cake. And now I'm going to show you how I decorated it. I have this mold that I got, I want to say at Walmart or Kmart back when they were still open. And I'm making basically the beaded chain mold. If you don't have a mold that you can use, then you could use your pearls, candy pearls, just start sticking them on the way I'll show you later. But I'm using this because it's very easy. Saves me a lot of time. What I'm doing here, I used a Q-tip and I'm using Crisco on it and then kind of wiping down the inside. I wanted to show you this because molds tend to stick like crazy unless you have some kind of a grease or something to make them let go. So that's what I do. Alright, I took those pearls, I made a whole bunch of them as you can see. I sprayed them with edible white pearl dust shimmer spray stuff, and now I'm connecting them to the cake. I'm trying to do, this is a Shimmer and Shine cake as you know, and so I'm trying to imitate the headbands that Shimmer and Shine both wear with the gem that they have on their forehead. This would have been a lot easier if it had been a two-story cake, honestly, because then you could really show it and get into the details, but because this person wanted a small cake, I jammed it all together and fit it in. But what can I say, the little girl was very happy, so, if the customer's happy, right? So I covered the top circle in the pearls that I molded and sprayed. This is gold that I'm spraying, again in gold to be the other character's headband. And I was trying to work on how to twist it around. You can see it was starting to get some little cracks in it, so I couldn't go as far down as I wanted to. Because you have to let the shimmer stuff you spray on it dry, otherwise you make fingerprints and pull it right off and it doesn't look right. So this is what I ended up doing. I kind of made I don't know, snake tongues out of the two pieces and then have them curving downward. And as you can see, it's not really looking too shabby. So I figured, all right, I'll go with that. So time to stick it on, just like I did with the pearls up top. I used water on the back of a paintbrush, stick it around the cake. There you can see how I did it. See that? And I ended up straightening out a little bit more because it was getting still a little cracky. Okay, the top one I did with the pearls because that one little piece goes down the part of the girl's hair, so I wanted to try to have that in there. And now I'm making her jewel. I took a circle of white gum paste. As you can see, cut it to make a teardrop shape kind of out of it. I'm going to round it off on the top to make it smooth so it doesn't have that sharp cut edge. And you do have to make sure it'll fit, so make sure you have enough space. If, like I said, if you're doing 2 tiers, that would be so much easier. You'd have a lot more room to work with, but I don't, so here we go. Got to make sure it fits. As you can see, I said I rounded off the edges there at the top. There, you can see how I rounded it off. I'm going to use now a circle cutter thingy that I have, a circle blade, circle cutter, I don't know, what do you want to call it, biscuit cutter, to make a round imprint, and then I'm basically, making a teardrop print in the center of it, because her jewel has that look, I guess, of the cut stone, so I'm trying to imitate that. I'm using some light leaf green food coloring and water. Mix them together, and then I'm going to paint the gem because I want it to be shiny and try to look a little more gem-like than just flat colored, the matte colored if I had colored the gum paste itself. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I figured, oh, I'll just make it white and then I'll paint it and it'll look amazing. And so I made it white and I painted it and it looked okay. You'll see it when it's done that it worked, but it's not, the most convincing piece of jewelry you've ever seen in your life. And again, you might have to trim it down a little bit or whatever to make it fit, so be careful when you stick it in. You can see my fingers are taking off some of the green, so I had to retouch it. And yeah, so like I said, it worked okay. It wasn't great. I don't know if using vodka would have made a difference, but it's a little streaky. Maybe you guys have better painting skills out there than I do. Alright, now we're going to do the bottom gem. It's kind of like a purpley pink color, fuchsia, let's say. We'll call it fuchsia. And you're going to make it into the shape of a kite. So make a fuchsia kite for the bottom gem. Once you get your shape, then put 2 little grooves there, just like a kite, just exactly like a kite, and then going down the middle. See, I totally just made a kite. Make sure your imprints are nice and straight. They kind of go down at an angle a little bit, so there you go. And I pressed down on the edges like the first one a little bit, not as much, because it didn't seem to make much of a difference, honestly. And I think hers stood out a little more. So I'm using some pink shimmery stuff and painting over it a little bit to make it shiny. And there you go. So yeah, you got the 2 headbands that Shimmer and Shine wear on the cake. And now I'm going to add the beads to, or the little pearls that are on the bottom headband, the golden headband. I'm using little dabs of icing. It's just buttercream icing that I made. And then I'm going to attach edible pearls to it. I figured this would be the best way to go about doing it. I left it as white icing instead of coloring it gold because I figured it would be better if it came out a little from the sides, which it obviously does, so it would just blend in with the pearl. You could try making it gold so it would blend in with the headband more, but really from a distance it doesn't look bad at all. And this is, again, just white buttercream icing. I've got a big fat tip on it. I think it was a 1M Wilton tip. And I'm trying to make it look kind of like smoky or cloudy around the sides. So you can see at the bottom I kind of, it's pretty jacked up along the bottom. So I had to cover it with something. But I did plan on doing this, so it was totally on purpose. So there, you can't say I am trying to hide my mistakes, even though I am trying to hide my mistakes. And yeah, so I tried to have it like thicker and bigger to the sides in the back, and then a little bit lower, like the, like the swirls of cloud and mist are coming forward and thinning out. Kind of that type of an effect. So I just kept adding more to it and more swirls and loops, and yeah, just kind of build it up and build it up. I made a magic carpet that I will have out in another video that I placed on top because the person who ordered this, her daughter had 2 dolls that they were going to sit on top. So I stuck the bottle in. That bottle video is up if you want to see it. Added a little bit more cloud behind it just to kind of fill it in. And yeah, stick the dolls on top, you got a Shimmer and Shine cake. So hopefully you liked it, found it helpful. Like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. If you make anything, send it to me. I'd love to see it. Thank you very much. Bye.